How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Between the Lines. If you've never watched Between the Lines before, this is my bookie sports betting show for college football Saturdays and NFL Sunday. And my God, do we have maybe one of the best college football slates of the year on Saturday and a couple great NFL matchups to get into as well. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get into these games. But right before we do that, a little disclaimer. Some of the lines that I have on here, they might change from now when I'm recording to when this is posted or when you are watching it. And just in case if they do and I change my pick, it will be posted on all of my bookies' other social medias, our X, our Instagram, our Twitter. You get the deal. I said Twitter twice. Let's get into college football. And my God, last week was our worst week of the entire season. It was miserable. It was terrible. We are now sitting at 24-23. At least we're positive. That's the only positive that we could take out of it. But my God, we need some winners this week. And that starts off with a huge matchup at 11 a.m. The number 8 Alabama Crimson Tide in Mizzou versus 14th ranked Missouri. I'm going to be honest here. I think that Missouri is one of the most underrated teams in the country. This team is a sneaky, undefeated team. You don't see the national media talking about the Mizzou Tigers whatsoever. They're waiting for their chance to prove it. Everybody thought, you know what? They played Kansas at home. They're going to blow the doors off of Kansas. Kansas has a good ball club. Kansas turned out to be not that good. And Mizzou, they had to fight to win that ball game. And Alabama, they look great. But this is Mizzou's shot right here to really put themselves on the map. Give me the Mizzou Tigers +3. Then next up, this is a really interesting game after last week. The UCLA Bruins going into Michigan State versus the Spartans. Is this a new UCLA team? After last week beating up on Penn State, I still seriously, even late this week, I cannot believe that they won that football game. That is absolutely unreal. They're 8.5-point dogs. The over-under is sitting at 55.5. So that's the question. Do I believe in Nico and do I believe in the UCLA Bruins? No. Give me Michigan State -8.5. Fantastic win and props to them. But I think that Michigan State wins this game at least 14+, at least. And now we have ourselves another huge matchup, some Big Ten ball. The number 1 ranked in the country, Ohio State Buckeyes, going down to Champaign, Illinois against the 17th ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. The Fighting Illini, they're +14.5 in this game. The over-under is sitting at 49.5. And this game is so interesting because, we all saw Indiana blow the doors off of Illinois, and Illinois looked absolutely horrible. But then they went and bounced back and got a nice win versus USC, and they also got a win versus Purdue, which that is what it is. And 14.5 is a lot of points. That is a lot in this Buckeye team. I don't even need to talk about them. We all know how good they are, and I am rolling with the Buckeyes. I do, as a guy from Illinois, obviously I hope that the Illini win this game, but I just don't see a world where Ohio State doesn't blow them out of the water. I would probably buy this line down to 13.5 just to save that extra touchdown, but I sadly, I don't think that this one's going to be close. And now to one of the biggest rivalries in all of college football. It is Red River weekend as the number 6 Boomer Sooners are going to Texas against the Longhorns. And the Longhorns are favorites in this game. This game just screams weird to me. I do have a pick here, but I'm going to be completely honest. I am not throwing a lot of money on this game because I think that all hell is going to break loose. To be completely honest with you, all hell is literally going to break loose. But when you see Oklahoma as a pick 'em, or even if you get a little bit of plus money on my bookie for them, I don't see how you can't not take them. I mean, this team has looked unbelievable the entire year. Texas has looked terrible. They have been horrible. Oh, my God. I can't even break it down. That loss to Florida blows my damn mind. I'm rolling with the Sooners here, but I'm being safe with it. I'm not throwing a lot on this game. And now the marquee matchup of the college football slate this weekend. The number 7 ranked Indiana Hoosiers going to Eugene, Oregon against the 3rd ranked Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are -7.5. The over-under is sitting at 55.5. All we have seen out of both of these teams this year is pure greatness. They have both looked fantastic. They've both been great. And one thing that's similar with the two of them is they love to put points on the board. I'm not taking the over here, even though I don't like that call and I might sprinkle it a little bit. I have a different pick in this game because I believe that one of these teams is a lot stronger than the other, and that is the Oregon Ducks. I think that the Ducks are going to go in there. They're an absolute wagon this year. They are going to rinse Indiana, and I think that they win this game by 14 plus. Give me the Ducks minus 7.5. And man, we are sticking with Big Ten ball all day today as we go over to 6 o'clock and we have Iowa going into Wisconsin. This game is just an absolute shitter fest. Oh my God. The over-under is sitting at 35.5. My Lord, man, this is going to be a brutal football game. But one of these teams is a lot worse than the other, and that is the Wisconsin Badgers. The Badgers are maybe one of the worst programs in college football right now. Give me the Hawkeyes -3. There's really not a lot of explanation there, just a simple pick. Now we go back to the SEC after talking some Big Ten ball for a little bit as we have the 10th ranked Georgia Bulldogs going into Auburn against the Tigers. Auburn, they're plus 3.5. The over-under is sitting at 46.5. I think that Georgia's an absolute wagon. Look, they lost to Bama at home, and then what'd they do last week? They went out there and covered against Kentucky. They beat the absolute brakes off of them. And Auburn, definitely a better ball club than Kentucky, but I think that they're going to cover with ease once again. I see them winning this game by minimum of 7 points, and I love the Georgia Bulldogs -3.5. And our last college football game of the weekend, before we get into NFL ball, we got a late night game. We always got to have a late night game on here. We need something to take us to bed. You know, the number 21 ranked Arizona State going into Utah against the Utes. The Utes are -5.5. The over-under is sitting at 47.5. I don't believe in this Arizona State team. I really don't. I just don't see them winning this game. I don't see them keeping it close. I love Utah, even though they had a shitty loss earlier this year to Texas Tech at home. Give me Utah -5.5. They are going to be an absolute wagon in this game, and it's truly that simple. But that is going to do it for my college football picks this weekend. We start off with Mizzou +3, Michigan State -8.5, Ohio State -14.5. Then going over to the 230s, we have Oklahoma +1.5, Oregon -7.5. Then the late night games, we have Iowa -3, we have Georgia -3.5, and Utah -5.5. What a college football weekend and what a slate right there. But now it is time to talk some NFL ball as we are inching to becoming 500 on the season and hopefully making our way into some profit. And hopefully it starts right here. We are 16-19 so far on the NFL season. We really need some winners, and winners start across the pond at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. The Denver Broncos, technically at the New York Jets, but come on now. I mean, it's both of them. The Broncos are -7.5. The over-under is 43.5. The Jets look terrible. The Jets look atrocious. Justin Fields, even though he is an absolute stud in fantasy football, and also if you want to touch his player props, I don't hate that whatsoever. The Broncos are going in there, and they are going to kill this team. Give me the Broncos -7.5. You'll probably wake up at halftime in this game, and you'll want to turn it off because it will already be done. Making our way to the noon slate, the main part of the day, we have an interesting one here. The Dallas Cowboys in Carolina versus the Panthers. The Cowboys are only 3-point favorites in this game, which really surprises me. The over-under is sitting at 49.5. This Cowboys team is really interesting this year. I think that the Cowboys are a lot better than people give them credit for, but I feel like people have started to see that after that Green Bay Sunday night game, which also abolished ties across the NFL. That's ridiculous that that game ended in a tie. The Panthers are too unpredictable. They either look great or they look absolutely terrible, and it almost all depends on how Bryce Young plays. Give me the Cowboys -3. They're going to go in there and they're going to steamroll the Panthers. I think that they win this game by 10 plus. Dak Prescott is going to have an absolute day. How about them Cowboys? And another interesting noon game here. We have the Brownies going into Pittsburgh against the Steelers. The Steelers are -5.5. The over-under is sitting at 38. This is going to be a gross, disgusting game, especially now that Flacco is officially gone, even though he got benched last week. Dylan Gabriel is their guy now. They're rolling with him. Please Give us some Shedeur Sanders down the line. I need to see Shedeur Sanders start an NFL game. But right here, that Steelers defense is going to eat Dillon Gabriel alive. Rodgers is going to have maybe a little bit of fun because that Browns defense is so damn good. Give me the Steelers minus 5.5. They're going to roll. I need them over 8.5 wins as well. So anything helps. And now another noon game. We have the New England Patriots going into New Orleans against the Saints. My God, this Saints team, they just blow my mind. They actually had a fight with the Buffalo Bills a few weeks back, and then they went and beat the Giants. But I think that this Saints team is still just bad. I think that they are bad, bad, bad news. And the Patriots coming off of that win in Buffalo against the Bills as 8.5-point dogs. 8.5-point dogs. Drake May had the damn game of his life. That was his coming out game right there. That was him showing to the world that he is that guy. Give me the Steelers minus 3.5, just all around, man. Vrabel went in there, and the culture has changed. New England's back. Going over to now the 3 o'clock slate, we have the San Francisco 49ers in Tampa against the Bucs. The Bucs are 3-point favorites. The over-under is sitting at 47.5. Have I told you guys ever? I mean, I think over the past couple weeks about how much I love Baker Mayfield. And I think that Baker Mayfield is a fantastic quarterback. He's great. He throws that ball so well. Him and Ibuka, 10 out of 10 connection. It's unbelievable to watch every week. I wouldn't mind touching the over in this game. I really wouldn't, because this 49ers ball club, they're shocking a lot of people, including myself, with how good of football they are playing. But at the end of the day, the bet that I absolutely have to take on this game, it's got to be the Bucs, man. Baker, their defense looks fantastic too. I just don't see how, even if they win this game by a field goal, that's a push. I wouldn't mind buying them down to minus 2.5 either. But this Bucs team, they are rolling right now, and you just have to take them. You can't not take the Buccaneers right now. Moving over to our next 3:25 game, we have an interesting one here. The Bengals going into Green Bay against the Packers. The Packers are 14-point favorites, which doesn't seem too interesting, but it is for one reason. If you missed it earlier this week, Joe Flacco was traded to the Cincinnati Bengals, and he is going to be their new starting quarterback going forward until Joe Burrow gets healthy. Who did the Packers lose to on the road? The Cleveland Browns. Who was the Cleveland Browns quarterback when they lost that game? Joe Flacco. I'm taking the Bengals plus 14. Do I think that they beat Green Bay? Probably not. But do I think that they keep it a close game? And worst case, it's just going to be shitty football? Yes, 1,000% I do. Joe Flacco is going to have himself a day. It's going to be so fun watching Unk sling the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. It's going to be absolutely electric. Bengals plus 14. And now our last NFL pick of the day, we head to Kansas City as the Detroit Lions are coming into town against the Chiefs. This is a beautiful Sunday night football game, even with the Chiefs losing on Monday Night Football to the Jaguars, which, by the way, that game was absolutely insane. The Chiefs are minus 2.5. The over-under is sitting at 53 points. I like the Lions a lot this year. I don't because I'm a Bears fan, but I do like the Lions a lot. They have been insane. They have been unbelievable. But this Chiefs team, they need a win more than anything. And especially at home, under the lights on Sunday Night Football, how the hell are they not going to go out there and get the job done? They have to. They are fighting for damn near, not their season, not quite yet, but they're fighting to stay alive in this AFC race. Give me the Chiefs minus 2.5. And also at the same time, the Lions can mortgage a loss. They can mortgage this. The Chiefs, they need this bad after losing on Monday night. But that is going to do it for my NFL picks this week. We start off with the Broncos across the pond minus 7.5. And then going over to the noon games, we have the Cowboys minus 3, the Steelers minus 5.5, the Patriots minus 3.5. And then going over to the 3 o'clocks, we have the Bucs minus 3 and the Bengals plus 14. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, we have the Kansas City Chiefs minus 2.5. What a day of NFL games. I love every single one of these picks. There's no iffy ones like I was saying in college football that I just didn't really like. I can't wait for this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. But that is going to do it for Between the Lines this week. I just want to say at the end of this video, thank you all so much for watching. I know that we haven't been the hottest. College football, we are positive this year, and we've been rolling pretty well. NFL, I got to pick it up on my end, and we got to get back into the green on that side. But thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I love doing this show. It is so much fun. Soon enough, if you guys watched a couple episodes back, we had Ralph come on, who is a odds maker at MyBookie. He will be making his return soon enough, probably in the next couple weeks, and that will be a great episode. Make sure to tune in for that. But seriously, thank you all so much. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Friday for Between the Lines. Deuces.